Please welcome to the stage the wonderful Paul McCaffrey.
Yes! 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 Last on, topical. Everyone's going to have spoken what I was going to speak about, definitely. Guaranteed, are we well? Yeah. Leicester fucking Square. Look how excited this bloke is. It's beside himself. Piccadilly Circus. God, it's incredible, isn't it? Lovely to be here. Very exciting. Let's not beat about the bush. There's some fucking nutters out there, isn't there? I spoke to one person on my way to the gig this evening. One person. This is absolutely true. A homeless fella stopped me, offered to sell me a brand new, those were his exact words, pizza. No thanks, mate. Got me fussy. I'm on the market for a brand new pizza, right? Usually tend to cut out the middle, man. Just go direct to Domino's. So it's good to be here. Last time I was here, actually, I was queuing up to use a cash machine in Leicester Square. Right? I was second in a queue of about 6 or 7 people, I guess. One queue, 2 cash machines. What we were doing, we were just waiting for the first available machine and using that. Pretty standard stuff. Same system I'm guessing they probably use in Durham throughout the country. Right? This woman appears beside me, taps me on the shoulder and says, "Excuse me." I said, "Yes." She said, "Are you all queuing for that machine on the left?" I said, "You what?" "No, I don't think so. No, I think we're just waiting for the first available machine and using that." She said, "Well, I always queue for whichever machine I'm going to use." I said, "We didn't fucking know you were coming, did we?" We're going to have this whole unspoken arrangement whereby we'd just form one queue and wait for the first available machine. Clearly what we hadn't factored in was the unexpected arrival of a fucking idiot. So I was a bit of a sweary start as well. I've been told I'm under manners. My mum said, "Don't you go swearing up there, whatever you do. I don't want you embarrassing us. We've not raised you to go effing and blinding on a comedy store stage. We've brought you up properly," she said. And she's right. My parents tried to bring me up properly. I can remember when I was a kid. My dad once let me stay up late to watch a documentary about a football manager called Barry Fry. Some of you might be familiar with this guy. He uses pretty colourful language. Now, my dad had let me stay up late to watch this documentary, but he didn't want me seeing any of the swearing. He used the worst censoring method I have ever seen. He had the remote control. Every time Barry Fry swore, my dad would quickly mute the television. He'd unmute it, Barry Fry would swear again. He'd quickly mute the television. He'd unmute it, Barry Fry would swear again. He ended up editing out everything except the swearing. He'd never got a job on Radio 1, would he? No chance. They don't allow any swearing on Radio 1. The problem is sometimes they edit the swearing out of the songs on Radio 1 completely changes the meaning of the song. I'm sure you've all heard this CeeLo Green song, "Fuck You." For those of you who haven't heard it, don't worry, I'll sing a little excerpt. It goes, "I see you driving round town with a girl I love, and I'm like, fuck you." Backing vocals, thank you very much. It's a very angry song, right? It's basically a breakup song in which CeeLo Green expresses his displeasure in seeing this new guy driving around town with a girl that he loves. That's the gist of the song, right? They've got a clean version now that says "Forget You." It's a radio edit. The first time I heard it, they just edited the swearing out. It made it sound like driving round town with a girl that CeeLo Green loves was the kind of cheeky, but essentially good-hearted Jake this guy got up to all the time. It was like, "I see you driving round town with a girl I love, and I'm like, you." Hey? Driving round town with a girl I love. What do you like? It's nice. I've been at a festival all weekend. Anyone get back? No, it's unlikely. I love a festival. I've been at festival weekend. It's one of my favourite things to do. What does get slightly annoying? Being at a festival for me, I'm unfortunate in this, right? My face's default setting is halfway between worried and pissed off. That's how my face falls. I can't help it. So to the untrained eye, it can quite often appear I'm not enjoying myself, when in actual fact, I'm having a lovely time. And what this means is people will quite often take it upon themselves to come over and tell me to cheer up, enjoy myself. I get it at festivals all the time. Basically, this happened over the weekend. I got bullied into dancing. I was stood waiting for a friend of mine to come out of the gents' toilets, minding my own business, having a nice time. This is how I enjoy myself, right? The face, obviously, not waiting outside the gents' toilets. Some sort of piss pervert hoping to catch a glimpse. So I'm stood there, minding my own business, troubling no one. And as I'm stood there, I see this pack of angry ravers approaching over the brow of the hill. And I could see them all nudging each other, going, fucking look at him. Just stood there doing nothing. They weren't having this. And as they got close, the ringleader came over and he went, come on, mate, get into it. It's a festival. Now, rather than giving the correct response to this, which would have been, do you mind? I'm just waiting for my friend to come out of the toilets. I went, cheers, mate. Waited till he turned around and walked off and stood there thinking, you fucking tell me to dance again, mate. Go on. See what you get this time. Then he turned back round to check if I was dancing. I went, oh, sorry, okay, yeah. But there's a bit of a catchphrase over the weekend, that, for me. Come on, it's a festival. People kept saying it to me. Next time I heard it, I was asleep in my tent, right, about 4 o'clock in the morning. Just got to sleep. Nice, cosy in my sleeping bag. Oh, this is nice. Lovely. Oh, nice. I got woken up because as I was lying there, some people arrived late next to me, started putting their tent up. As they were doing this, one of them stamped on my head through the wall of my tent. I said, do you want to watch where you're going, mate? What the fuck do you think you're doing? He said, come on, mate, it's a festival. I said, oh, sorry, I forgot. Go get your mates. Let's all have a bloody stamp, shall we? It's a festival. Enjoy yourselves. Then they're at it again. Hour later, screaming this time. I just got back to sleep. Really loud screaming. Ah! Ah! I've had too much ketamine, this bloke was saying. I've had too much ketamine. Then I heard a different voice say, you know what to sort you out, mate? Nice big dab of MDMA. I thought, well, fuck me. Thank God there's a health professional in there. Oh, Dr. Feelbad and his drugs for everything method. What seems to be the problem here? Broken leg, go and get the acid. Panic attack, bucket bong, that'll sort you out. Don't have a heart attack around this guy's idea of CPR is coke pills and really loud music. Fucking nice big dab of MDMA, I'm sure that's just what he needs. So, I almost missed the big news story while I was at Festival. I almost missed it, but it didn't pass me by. Cheryl Cole is back on the X Factor. Yeah, no one gives a fucking shit, do they? No one gives a shit. Trying to breathe life into it. Everyone stopped caring about X Factor years ago. Let's face facts. Keep having a string of guest judges, new sort of like graphics, just to try and generate a bit of interest again, and it never works. If they want to generate a bit of interest, I'll tell you how they do it. The guest judge, I think everyone wants to see, fucking Jeremy Kyle. Get Kyle on there. Lie detected a lot. He sat there. When you took to that stage, you said you needed this because your dad's dead, your mum's dead, your cat's dead, your nan's dead. You've been bullied for a lisp all the way through school and it'll only stop if you win this competition that will cure it. You got irritable bowel syndrome. You're currently working in Morrison's for 10p an hour. Guess what? You were lying. Then you sang. And Talisa said, Booker, Shackout, go on them my road boy. You got a nice Camden flavour to make a girl batty them wine. Guess what? She was telling the truth. Then Louis said, you're a good-looking 18-year-old lad, muscular, good hair, good teeth, well-dressed. You got a great voice. And the reason I'd like to have you in my group and back at my house is because I'd like to work on your singing. Guess what? He was lying. And what a fucking series finale. Wheel out Eddie Murphy, reunite him with Mel B and have a celebrity DNA test. That'd get the fucking rating figures up, wouldn't it? I also read the other day, there's a Match.com. Has anyone used it? No one's going to confess to that. It's fine. Don't worry. It's not a witch hunt. Although you look like you might have done. I might recognise your face. Lux Water Sports, is that you? No. But apparently Match.com are going to have this new thing where you can contact people that you've seen on public transport, which I think straight away is a little bit stalkery. You can and the reason they're going to do this is because apparently there's a section in the Metro which has been a huge success called Rush Hour Crush. You're nodding, have you ever written into this? You've seen this, you flick through it. This is basically what this is. There's a section in the Metro newspaper where people basically are given a platform to say things to people that they wish they'd said during rush hour. And that was the reason that this thing exists. It's usually romantic stuff. It's things like, girl in Starbucks in a denim skirt. I saw you ordering a cappuccino. Meet me tomorrow and get this latte started. Kiss. Girl in the red dress. Got your name, Sarah, but not your number. Really regret it now. Dinner sometime? Question mark. And I read this and I thought, I'll tell you what, these people are having a very different fucking rush hour experience to me. I was given a platform to say something I wish I'd said during rush hour. We're in that gushy nonsense. The green Nissan Micra, Whips Cross roundabout, 8:15. You're over to a fucking indicator, mate. Upper Street, purple Vespa, 9 a.m. You drive like a cunt. Sorry, Mum. But it's bad, I have to drive a lot. It's bad driving, it's terrible. Like, I hit a pothole in my car recently, and this was a frustrating moment in my life. Have you ever hit a pothole in your car? You can't drive. No. What about you? You look like you might have done. Sorry, you look like you've been sent into shock. I don't know why, actually. That's a fucking terrible thing to say to someone. I'll tell you about what happened when I hit a pothole. Sorry, again, it's not. This has become like a big name and shame exercise, hasn't it? I don't know what's going on. I hit a pothole in my car recently. It snapped the suspension under the front two wheels of my car. £197 to have it fixed. I was a lot more pissed off than you lot clearly are about it, I tell you now. £197, I thought. I can't believe this. Took it into the garage, I thought, I'll tell you what. I tried fixing it with a nice big dab of MDMA. That didn't work. I find I need to take this to Quick Fit. This is a Quick Fit job if ever I've seen one. £197 they said this is going to cost you, right? And I was livid. I thought, this isn't even my responsibility, is it? It's the council's pothole. They should have had it filled in. I'm going to write a strongly worded letter of complaint, ladies and gentlemen. Get this matter sorted out. Out came the pen and paper. I said, Dear Waltham Forest Council, I've hit a pothole in my car. I'm not bloody happy about it. It's cost me £197 to have it fixed. I don't think this is even my responsibility. It's your pothole. You should have had it filled in. I'd like a refund, please. I've included the receipt. About a week later, I get a letter back saying, Dear Mr. McCaffrey, we've had a look. You're absolutely right. On the date you mentioned, there was a pothole on the stretch of road you mentioned. However, we'd actually got some contractors to come and fill the hole in. They hadn't turned up when they were supposed to. We actually think this is their responsibility, and we suggest you take the matter up with them. Oh, yeah, I made a noise a little bit like that as well, with a few more expletives. And then they ended the letter with, thank you for your inquiry, which sent my stress levels through the roof. Thank you for your inquiry? It wasn't an inquiry, it was a complaint. I wasn't asking, I was stating fact. It wasn't a letter saying, sorry, did I just hit a pothole? I think I might have done. There was a loud bang, snap suspension. I think it might have been a pothole. Can you just clarify, please? Secondly, this isn't school, you're the council. Don't start grassing up the contractors. Fucking grow up. Oh, it wasn't our fault, it was the contractors. They said they'd be here, they never turned up anyway. A week later, I get a speeding ticket on the exact same stretch of road. So 30 mile an hour speed limit, I was doing 37. I'm a motherfucking renegade! Yeah, that's how I do shit. 37 miles an hour. And at first, I was livid. And then I thought, no, this is a good opportunity for a bit of revenge. Out came the pen and paper again. I said, Dear Waltham Forest Council, I've had a look. You're absolutely right. On the date you mentioned, I was doing 37 miles an hour on the stretch of road you mentioned. However, due to Champions League football, Coronation Street was on half an hour earlier than usual. I had to drive home at the speed in order to get home in time to watch it. I think this is ITV's responsibility, and I suggest you take it up with them. Thank you very much for your inquiry. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Paul McCaffrey. You've been fucking lovely. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Paul McCaffrey!